So anyway, I am actually Karen Blau, and I am interim director of the Plattsburgh State Art Museum. I expect everybody knows me by now. I've been doing it for almost 2.5 years. So thank you for coming to the Friends of Art event on behalf of the 2019 Bachelor of Fine Arts senior students, whose exhibit you see in the lobby gallery all around you. We are having to restrict the show to the lobby this year because of some work that's going up in the Burke Gallery, but it worked out great, and it looks like it's a gorgeous show. Serendipitously, it's a small group of only 7 students in the graduating class this year, and so we were able to fit all of the work into the lobby, and therefore here we are. The only downside to this is I cannot offer you lunch. However, there are, as I see many of you have already discovered, some snacks and other refreshments and so on. So please enjoy afterwards if you have not already done so, or if you want seconds, that's fine too. So what I would like to do now is introduce the students. I think we'll do it this way. I'm going to tell you their names, and when the student hears his or her name, you could wave. And then when I'm done with these brief introductions, the students can take over. All right? So we have this year Arnold Barreto. Arnold has a concentration in photography and graphic design. Megan Pickering, concentration in painting with a complement in drawing. Christopher Rozier, concentration in drawing with a complement in painting. Madison Rozier, concentration in ceramics with a complement in printmaking. Jackie Ta, concentration in painting and graphic design. Joshua Tremblay, there he is, concentration in drawing and sculpture. And Denon Walantis, concentration in painting. Right, so are you guys going in alphabetical order? Take it away, Arnold. Thank you.
Hello. Okay, that doesn't work. Good afternoon. My name is Arnold Barreto, and I'm a photographer and graphic designer. For graphic design, initially when I was thinking of works that I wanted to put into the show, I was thinking about the history and nature of graphic design and how it has the power and capacity to make works of art that can be expensive, accessible to a large audience. The choreographed zine. The zine, short for magazine, is an art and culture magazine with the focus of the first issue on community. I've curated works by artists from SUNY Plattsburgh as well as from around the world, and published over 150 copies by fundraising through Kickstarter. The zine is available right there. So I highly encourage you to pick one up. For photography, I have 2 very distinct series. My first photo series is based on the controlled use and manipulation of light, space, and its effect on perception. The second deals with the topic of toxic masculinity. When I was younger, I remember being afraid to ask my parents to buy me a Barbie doll. I remember being so invested in them. I thought they were very fashionable, loved the opportunity for storytelling, and honestly, they had cute shoes. I didn't really know what my parents would have said because I just never asked. Even at a young age, I was afraid of the backlash that I would receive for being a boy who wanted to play with dolls. Toxic masculinity is the socialization of boys from a very young and impressionable age to reject all things feminine, suppress their emotions, and conform to traditional masculine ideologies. This is the socialization that I and many other men have grown up with. In this series, I challenged men to share something that they learned that boys didn't or should never do, and then photograph them as they experienced what they had been told was forbidden. They took a risk by letting me photograph them in their moments of exhilaration and allowing me to share their portraits and words with the larger audience. So I'd like to thank them for their honesty and courage in participating in this project. My work is around the gallery, so feel free to talk to me afterwards if you have any questions. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Thank you for coming today. I'm Megan Pickering.
I just want to make sure it's turned on. Is there a switch? There used to be, they gave us a new one, but let's try that. Now speak. Thank you. I'm old, but I'm not done
Am I too loud now or no? Okay. So good afternoon. Thank you for attending. I'm Megan Pickering. Drawing is essential to the core of my work. Patience is also at that core. Without it, I would not be able to meticulously develop the work I aspire to create. As for the drawing aspect, it is crucial to the psychological placement of the symbolic objects captured throughout all of my work. In my drawings, color is absent and value is isolated in order to study form and space to further incorporate such elements into my paintings. In my paintings, these formal elements are inspected through overlapping multiple layers of color and softening edges. My understanding of space, form, and composition has evolved thanks to several years of drawing practice and my much appreciated journey here at Plattsburgh State. In my time here, the art department has become a second home for me, one with a family so crucial to my experience that I could not imagine where I would be today without them. Sincere thank you to the art department, Pete Russum, Rick Mickelson, Dennis Costanzo, Karen Blau, and everybody that's helped me here. I really appreciate it. And thank you for coming today. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. This is my painting here. My drawings are behind you over there. Have a good time.
Hi everyone, I'm Christopher Rozier. I'm a drawing concentration and I have a complement in painting. My work can be seen just over there. Oops. And just behind this wall I have a set of 5 paintings as well. In January of 2017, I moved to Plattsburgh with my girlfriend Madison to not only complete a once-started pursuit towards a bachelor's degree, but also to escape the great disillusionment of my 20s. Just over 2 years later, my wife, Madison, and I are confidently displaying our efforts that act as a summation of our time here at SUNY Plattsburgh. Madison is a beautiful and supportive partner, as well as an incredible artist. I wouldn't be here today if not for her. My life with Madison inspires the artwork I create, the places we've been, the love we share, and even the size of the very small bathroom in our apartment. I find immense importance in recognizing the beauty of small moments. These are those easily forgotten times that seem to evade even your most aggressive attempts at memory. When I create a drawing, it allows me the opportunity for introspection and meditation on individual moments. In the gallery space here, you'll find illustrations of my life in honest depiction, and my hope is that you will reflect on your own life as you get a glimpse at mine. In viewing my drawings, you'll find a softness and serenity created by the chaotic convergence of line and tone. The frayed edges of the paper carrying the drawings are not just an aesthetic choice, but they are also representative of the inexact way that memory functions. If we look through an historical lens, great artists have long been offering candid views into their personal lives, and my goal has been to create work with a similar sentiment. My paintings are landscape studies of actual places in and around Plattsburgh, and in this way they share a similar concept with my drawings. Plein air painting essentially requires the artist to record the landscape as it is understood and with a certain degree of efficiency. The paintings which you'll see today represent not only my desire to better understand the sometimes finicky nature of oil painting, but also the calm that I find in the natural world. And I'd like to thank all of you for coming today, and if you have any questions about my work, I would love to talk to you. Have a nice day. Now my wife, Madison.
Hello everyone, I'm Madison. I'm a ceramics concentration with a complement in printmaking, and you can find my work on the far end of the gallery over there. In my work as a printmaker and a potter, I reference colors and forms from the natural world. Through my printmaking work, I explore religion and spirituality. I believe that connection can be achieved through honest communication of emotion along with cooperative vulnerability. I employ the process of intaglio state printing to echo the emergence and disappearance of ideas and emotions during moments of self-reflection. My work is a visual manifestation of my desire to understand myself as a means of connecting with others. I'm interested in the way that functional pottery allows art to be integrated into our daily lives. If you were to ask me what my perfect day looked like, I'd say having a cup of coffee or two out of a handmade mug with the people I love. The idea of comfort is always present in my mind while I work to create pots that are a comfort to hold. But most of all, I'm interested in the experience of comfort and togetherness that my pottery promotes. Ultimately, my intention is to create my pottery from a joyous place for a joyous place, the home. The process of transforming an idea into a durable and long-lasting vessel takes a great deal of care. Working with clay requires the potter to take on a nurturing role. Stepping away from wheel-throwing techniques and towards the process of hand building has led my studio practice to become more intimate. Happily, I'm able to spend a longer amount of time with each piece. Evidence of my hands acting upon the clay remains, creating nuances in the surface. As you view my work, I encourage you to look for moments where the glaze has taken the opportunity to pool, blend, or run. Exploring the way glazes interact with each other on these surfaces is perhaps what I find to be the most magical about the process. Being a ceramic artist is to be constantly faced with variables. Because of this, I've learned the importance of patience and adaptability in my studio practice. When holding one of my pots, it exists as more than the empty space that makes it useful. It is a capsule of every experience, failure and success that has led to its conception. So I invite you all to approach me with questions or comments or anything at all after the speeches. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackie and I'm from Vietnam. I'm a painter and graphic designer. My works are along the wall. And when traveling, I always feel like everything is moving very fast in front of my eyes. So my paintings reflect the illusions of my travel destinations as well as the objects that fascinate me. My works where the lines between reality and fantasy blur. By utilizing the palette knives to paint, my mark making retains more physically energetic. There's a balance between the illustrative perspective or the front look of my packaging designs and the functional perspective, the engineering and craftsmanship behind the scene. The two sets of packaging design displayed here bring a sense of irony and playfulness through forms and illustration. In both my paintings and graphic design, color layering is critical to demonstrate the abstraction of the developed image and the unity of the concepts I hope to communicate. While my paintings start off with intuition, gradually mature and end up being logical, my graphic designs progress the opposite. Well, I have to thank the art department, faculties, friends, and those who helped me during my 4 years here because at first I was just a young lady who loves colors and have curiosity and not knowing how to draw, but with them now I'm standing here, and thank you for your support. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Josh Trombley. My drawings and sculptures are seen on the other side of this wall. Kind of just this little alcove is mine. My drawings and sculpture come from set materials. For drawing, it's prepared paper, and for my sculptures, it's found stone. After these are set, I can develop a rhythmic cadence through my mark making and craftsmanship by using charcoal and oil pastel for drawing and fabricated steel for sculpture. This rhythm can be seen through a repetition of similar forms, and these forms that share a repetitive quality stem from a very repetitive process. The relationship within my work is through the combination and manipulation of geometric forms harmonizing with organic forms in order to engage space. Drawing and sculpture have gone hand in hand for me due to their physical immediacy. The physicality of covering a large surface with oil pastel and charcoal, and the combination of fabricated steel and heavy stone in order to create a unified object has been the main attraction for me creating my work. If you have any further questions or would like to talk to me after, I'd be happy to. Please have fun, enjoy the show. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Dennis Melantis, and I'm a local student right from Plattsburgh, New York. All my landscapes are right around this back side here, and I start my painting process by packing up a bag with my easel and all my paint and some panels, and I hike out on a trail right at usually Point of Rush and set up and paint right on location. I do these small paintings right from life, which is called plein air painting, and after I bring this small study back to the studio, I start a larger work right from that small painting, and that's right around this backside also. When painting outside, you are confronted by weather, the time of day, sound, and senses that a photographic reference doesn't pick up. Expanding the small painting to a larger image allows for the viewer to become more immersed into the landscape and be more present with the work. Thank you for coming today, and I hope you enjoy.
That's all 7 of us.
And I'm gonna be number 8.
All right, number 8, cool.
Thank you, Bill and Karen, for allowing me to say a few words. First, I just have to say, hearing these young people gives me hope. It gives me hope, period. I wanted to say a few words concerning what Lisa Lewis's planned departure from Plattsburgh and from the Friends of Art and the museum means for us. Her presence is greatly missed today. I believe I got a birthday greeting from her yesterday, so I know she's fine and well and traveling. Her solid support, her visceral love of all things artistic, helped to make the Museum Without Walls a vibrant and exciting place to be. She would do anything she could to make events successful. Both she and John were present whenever possible. Her unerring sense of style, her knowledge of art, her desire to do things properly, all had a great impact on all of us. I do remember having to put my foot down once, only once, when I wanted to hold an afternoon tea of all desserts, and she mentioned to me that high tea required small sandwiches. I simply told her we were having a low tea with only desserts, and that was that. No argument to have her way, only laughter and joy. Her friendship to all, especially her appreciation of the docents, made coalescing the Friends of Art and the docents for our events natural. Her gift, and I have a gift for her, which Bill and I have felt we wanted to give her. Her gift is a small work of metal wall art. It consists of an eastern bluebird to remind her of New York. The colors of the bird and of the pink flowers are of melted glass on copper. Glasswork is much a part of SUNY Plattsburgh and a reminder of Jean-Jacques Duval, a particular favorite of Lisa's whom she interviewed for a program in Montreal. We hope that she enjoys this token of our great appreciation for all she has done for us. Thank you.
I believe that concludes the formal portion of our program, unless, Bill, you have something you would like to...
Well,
Just
it's hard for me to avoid the microphone. But what a wonderful reason for us to gather today as Friends of Art. And I congratulate all of you in terms of your artwork and your presentations. They were right on. And you should feel very good about your BFA degree from SUNY Plattsburgh. Are you the only person in the group that's a local person? Okay, I was just curious. So we have the world represented, including Clinton County. Very nice, very nice, very nice. And Sarah, thank you for everything you've done regarding the Friends of Art. She was the co-chair up until last semester, and well, it was wonderful to have you at the helm and to be a co-chair with me for this organization. I'm working with the Office of Institutional Advancement. I'm hoping to establish and get rolling some sort of recruitment effort for Friends of Art. I think we need to do a little recruiting, and so we're working through that in terms of beefing up our membership. So needless to say, we appreciate all of you coming here today for this event. Let's take some time, look at all the different art. Now we sort of have a sense of each of you and what you've created, and that really helps in terms of looking at the work. And other than that, have a snack, have a great afternoon, and happy spring.